Alright, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Should welcome myself back. Alright, so the party continues. Again, like before, I'm going to try to talk a little less this time than I did the last time. I'm going to focus on gameplay a little more. I liked how much I did that last stream, so I'm going to continue that spirit. Last stream was very good numbers. I hope that continues. I mean, it may just be hype. We'll see. But I appreciate all of you that have been participating in this ongoing party stream of mine. Like I said, I'm just taking it a day at a time and taking it just a minute at a time, whatever. Feel really good right now. Had a good rest. And kind of, my attitude around rest has also changed. Since I don't have a traditional job, I think it's a privilege I probably should take advantage of. So, therefore, from now on, lately, when I have woken up and not felt my best or felt like I did not want to be up, I would just drink some water, hydrate myself, maybe eat something if I was hungry, and go back to sleep. And I've been doing that, and man, boy, have I been feeling better. Anyway, off topic, but hey, welcome to Stellaris 4.0 Biogenesis. We are playing all the new stuff, or, not all of it, but of course you can't possibly put all that in one build. But we tried to pick as many things for this hive mind build as we possibly could, out of the new stuff. So the first new thing we picked was body snatchers. That's been pretty good so far. It's been very easy for us to take over empires without much fuss. We did have an issue with a rebelling planet, and where I did have to save scum a couple times because they were pulling some real shenanigans that they shouldn't have been pulling, and but I figured a way out of that. I only save scum when the game is not being fair. In other words, they're either not working as intended, or I really do not have any control over any certain unfavorable outcome that pretty much would have drastically reduced my fun, so to speak, and wasted my time. And that was kind of one of those moments. So that's why I reloaded anyway. You got Aerospace Adaptation Civic, which is insanely overpowered, it seems, so far. And now I don't know if it's because of this or with this, or with the new changes to the planets, but I think it's both. But between that, I have just had an absolutely dominant economy this whole game. I have not once had to play deficit whack-a-mole. The most I've had to do is just, build more of what I had the least of. But I always had, for the most part, enough resources to do the things I want to do in the game. Now, this build in particular, I don't know about other builds, but I think this build in particular does have a particular unique bottleneck called biomass that has slowed me down and kept me from just totally exploding. Which, to be fair, that's a decent check and balance. I don't think it's very unbalanced. I think this mechanic actually works pretty well. So, we're going to get going here. We are basically preparing. Well, I was messing with my fleets, and I was running into a frustration. So with the I was running into a frustration with the with my ships. But we're gonna go ahead and have them all return back to base now. So we have this color out of space. I don't know what this is. Okay. I think this might be an annoying event I don't like. I can't remember. So what I want what I'm trying to figure out is why I cannot disband certain ships. Is what oh, interesting. So yeah, I'm just playing around with this for a minute here because I only have so much naval capacity to work with, and I really don't want to waste it on, you know, inferior ships. So I want to be able to, hey King Medusa, how's it going, man? I want to be able to upgrade those ships, and Paradox is not letting me do that. Now, we'll go ahead and go to the fleet manager, see if they changed anything since I played last. It might have been a bug, so we'll see. Okay, so did that. Now let's see if we can see. I hit the disband button and I can't do it. I don't know why. I really don't. So, and it's at the base. So this really puzzles me. In the past, I've been able to disband anything I wanted to, but it won't let me disband that, and I don't know why. So, that's disconcerting. So anyway. So with this one, all right, we're gonna split fleet. Okay, okay, transfer ships. Whatever it is. Yeah, this is very clunky. This is not cooperating at all. All right, so we're gonna transfer all the Dryad class ships, and I'm just gonna mass destroy, like just right here. I'm gonna get rid of it, so I'm just gonna do that. So I guess I could do it that way. I don't know why I can't do it from the fleet command manager. That's, yeah. So, but anyway, I guess we're just gonna do this the tough way. So now I could try to upgrade these and see what happens, but I don't think they're gonna upgrade into the right type of ship. This for sure. So we'll go ahead and transfer ships. The Weavers for sure. I really don't care about. I'd rather just yeah, I want everything to be the Elder, the biggest class of Mauler that I can get with the autocannons. That's the other thing. I need to get autocannons on these ships. They're at a huge disadvantage using any other weapon than that one. That's my best weapon. So I don't want my ships using sub-rate weapons against this threat that we're going to face. So we got this here. So these are all hires. So we're going to go ahead and okay. Yeah, let's see if I can upgrade
Growth
it
continues.
and yeah, now see, that did nothing. They're still. Okay, let's see what they. All right, well they have the cool battery. That's cool. Okay, they have it. All right, this one, the Weaver needs to go away. So I just yeah, the Paradox needs to make this easier. Absolutely, they need to make this much easier to handle. This is just a quality of life thing. Wanted. So I think the first step here is just to get the weavers uh out of our fleets and disband them all. Besides, I really don't know, how to use them anyway, because I've been putting most of my tech into maulers. So yeah, I'm still, and guys, I'm still figuring this out. Like what I'm doing right now, by no means is what I'm necessarily going to teach in any future tutorials I make from this content. Which of course I do plan on making some. I just don't know exactly what yet. I'm still figuring that out. But yeah, just one day at a time. And so that's okay. So we're gonna dump that. But basically, anything that I cannot right now, that I find that I cannot upgrade to autocannons, is gonna get dismantled. So that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but I find the new ship designer very confusing, especially this part where, like, okay, so now I see this here, accelerated juvenile growth gland. Maybe the game's trying to tell me that I've got to wait for these guys to level up to get to Elder Swarm. I think that's ridiculous, because if I can make these outright, why would I wait for them to do that when I could just make them that way out the gate? Why wouldn't I do that? So that's kind of the thing. So yeah, so anyway, yeah. So let's go ahead and see if we can we'll upgrade all these fleets and see what happens. If it's still stupid, and we're just gonna make sure. Yeah. Okay. Upgraded. We're just gonna upgrade everything. What the? Get out of there. Gone. I guess disband if there's nothing there. Okay, so this here. So we got to go to the Akan clutch. Like, see, this is so annoying. Like, they could make this so much easier to manage, but I have to do all this silly stuff. So, and it won't let me transfer. So, what's going on here? All right, so we're just gonna stop. All right, there we go. Now we can transfer. We get these weavers out of here, and now, we'll disband that. And then actually, let me see some real quick. Okay, looks like everything's cleaned up now, so we're gonna go ahead and hit the upgrade button on everything here. And see what happens. We have plenty of resources to do this, so and then after that we'll see where we're at, and if we have to, you know, I don't think we're gonna get rid of things. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna group all the inferior ships together, and then we might disband them. I'll have to decide then, but then we're just gonna pump out some new ships. All right, let's go ahead and let's roll the clock. Okay, so we got some upgrades. Definitely interested in terraforming. You know, I probably should get information cluster since I am doing that a little bit. I'm loath to invest anything into. So here's the deal, guys. I'm loath to invest anything to espionage, but it is supposed to be a feature of this new Civic that I have no experience with. So I am gonna try to mess with espionage and try to do this new operation that it has of body snatching. But if I either find I cannot figure out how to do it, or it just sucks and doesn't work right, I will never do it again. So I assure you guys, that's kind of my intention there. Now, wow, I have some habitable worlds here that I need to conquer. So let's see. I actually think we need to take this guy and conquer these first. Figure this out before we go back.
Vessels strengthened. Vessels strengthened.
Now, what results did we get here?
Invasive growth engaged.
Ooh. Oh, damn. I might lose this one.
The wild expands.
Huh? This is...
The path is cleansing foreign blight.
Oh, this is weird. Did you guys see that? That was some weird shit. They didn't kill him. And they didn't kill me. What the hell happened here? Huh. It's like it was a stalemate or something. That was a little bizarre. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to go fight them again, but I'm definitely gonna go, man, I am gonna have to repair and try that again. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I did clear that, so we'll go ahead and get that surveyed. We'll go ahead and survey that. Got exotic gases, probably oh. Better quill battery, absolutely. Cannot pass this up. Yeah, that's not negotiable. So we just got a huge upgrade, guys. I think we're gonna rip these guys, literally rip these guys a new butthole. We definitely want military buildup. I definitely want that ready before I go to war, because that's what I am preparing for.
The wild grows wiser.
Let's see here. Okay, more edict funds. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just we'll actually do some. You know what? Maybe we should do the fleet support. Yeah, let's just we could always use some more naval capacity. Why not? Even 25. Did I colonize this already? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and do that since I have enough.
Horizons widened.
Research alternatives. Definitely a no-brainer there. So this is Wankwart, okay. We know about that system. Still good choice. This definitely is a great Unity world, I believe. Might be a better researcher world, but we're definitely going to do one of those two on this. Not going to do anything else, really. So that's a good find. Let's see. So we're looking at Empire Focus. Let's see if we've gotten anything yet. Crisis event, the fabric of reality fractures bending. Okay. So that the crisis is escalating here. So yeah, this might not be a good game in the end, guys. But hey, you know what? It is entertaining, right? I don't mind so much losing that way. It's been a long time since I lost a crisis. What is gonna really tick me off is if I lose to another big F-off Federation fleet that I cannot kill. That's impossible for me to kill. That is going to really piss me off. Well, I won't be pissed about it. I'll just start another game, you know, and just point out how stupid that is. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And kind of, yeah. It's like
System observed.
You did go with the planets paradox, but this is still something where it's really not excusable that you haven't fixed yet. You know what I mean? So, looks like they haven't repaired yet. To wait for them to do that. But we're gonna go ahead and claim this. Actually, that science vessel probably needs to research that situation. Sure. Go ahead and do that afterwards. Okay, so we have some arc furnaces. We should probably start upgrading them. Okay. 1,000 Unity. Where our Unity production is actually doing wow, our research in Unity is actually doing really well. I don't know what was holding it back earlier. That was kind of weird. Okay, so let's look at our fleets. Okay, so did they get the quill battery? They don't have it yet, but they're being upgraded. So I think
The wild expanse.
These guys are taking forever. I guess they're working on other ships. Okay, so what's in the way of them upgrading? Can't be anything. I just okay. I'm gonna see what I just need to see what the starport's working on. What? Okay, the shipyard's not working on anything. Is this a bug? What's going on? Why are they not upgrading? This is weird. Okay, so yeah, they should be upgrading. See if anything else is upticking. No, they're just stuck. So I will, I'll go ahead and stop. And I will try to upgrade again. Yes? We're missing, exotic gases. Well, alright. Alright, no problem. Go ahead and do this a couple times, and there we go. That takes care of that problem. Now, get back to work. So I guess that was the issue, huh? So let's see if they actually fully upgrade. I'm anxious to see that. Maybe it was that all along. I mean, I figured it was something like... What the F? Oh, that's annoying. I hate it when they hop. But this system doesn't mean anything to me. It's just an eyesore. Let's see here.
Vessels strengthened.
Okay, so we're gonna come back here and try to cleanse that.
Vessels strengthened. System witnessed.
Okay, so that's still upgrading. So this is interesting. Sure. So the important thing is they all have autocannons. So I don't really care how big or small they are, I guess. As long as they have autocannons, that's good enough for me. I'm not going to disband them. But they definitely need that. Okay. Yeah, so this one has combat mandibles. I'm wondering if the Weaver's better. See, so let's look at this. Because the Weaver has 3 as mediums. Okay, and then the Maulers have small. This confuses the hell out of me. I mean, this looks like a destroyer, but yeah. So, I mean, there's not much. I mean, we could switch over to this and start, do this tech right here, and then put autocannons here in their place. I mean, I probably should do that anyway, for sure. But yeah, I mean. Well, I'll figure that stuff out later, but for right now, at least I can upgrade them. The important thing is that they all have autocannons. All right, I don't want them having second-rate weapons. That is a deal breaker. That's something I cannot abide by. So I'd rather destroy that ship and replace it than leave it, than have a ship without autocannons, wasting up or taking up my valuable naval capacity. So, all right, with that, we're gonna go ahead and make another fleet here. Not that one, but probably... Oh. Definitely get rid of that there. And... add that. And... No. Okay, and from here, we're just going to go ahead and reinforce, I think. That's what Either way, we need to get this ball rolling. Stop messing around, because we gotta fight and take over some of this guy's territory, and then we'll probably fight this guy afterwards, or we could fight him right away. I don't know how. I don't know how close he is. Well, see, if these guys hate us, okay? And they're not pacifists. I don't know if they dropped that or what happened there, but they're not pacifists. So if I fight, because I have a defensive pact with this guy, so he really, through the rules, cannot attack me without plenty of forewarning. Because first he has to break this defensive pact, then he's got to wait through the truce. So I really don't want to fight. It's a really bad idea to fight this guy first, because the other reason I don't want to, other than the fact that I would have to wait just to fight him, is then these guys can stab me in the back, and hell no, not doing that. So I'm gonna take these guys. I'm gonna take a chunk out of these guys, and weaken them, and then I'm gonna fight. And then maybe I'll fight him. Or I'll just take these guys over, become a bigger power block than this guy, and then we'll just duke it out in one final galactic battle. Right? Which that honestly, I think that's what I'm gonna try for, honestly. Though that is the risky thing about that is he might actually, he's definitely going to be more powerful by the time I get to that point, which could screw me over. I might not be able to keep up with him. But honestly, with all this annexed, like everything but him annexed, I think I could easily, with the kind of economy I have. Not to mention, I need to build some shit. I have 1,600 biomass. Well, I need to colonize Winkwort. Okay, that's what I should spend some of that on. Let's see, where is my fleet's on its way over? Try again.
Debris inspected.
So go ahead and claim that. Should have enough influence, yeah. Speaking of claims, we definitely need to claim some of these systems. Obviously, this over here is the easiest. It's going to be the easiest to take over. So I think, and there are planets here, so yeah, we probably should just scoop these up. We'll enter from this area. Now they're gonna be dicks and come over here and try to take our stuff. As long as they don't claim it, I really don't give a shit. It'll still be mine after the war. And as long as I can get this stuff, and then I will eventually, yeah, we'll just keep carving them up. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that, and then, yep. But we still do need to build stuff, so what can we do with our capital here? So we have one district left. Let's see, we don't really, I mean, we're capped on energy credits and minerals. We could make more trade value, don't really need that. Industrial base. I don't know. We'll just go ahead and make another civic. I mean, we could make we could just make more. Nah, actually, don't even want to do that because we have arc furnaces. We're really gonna have stupid amounts of minerals. Really don't need to invest in minerals when there's better things to invest in. So definitely going to want colonial centralization at some point. We could probably get another city district there. And we could probably get another there. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to look at tile blockers and see if there's anything I can clear. No, there isn't, so... Can I make exotic gases? Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. I did make this a mining world, so might as well... Well, no, I gotta spare my biomass. No, I think we just really need to focus on science and yeah, science and unity. So just kind of dogpile that.
We have a situation.
Yeah, I want to know what made it dip like that. What's going on there?
The wild expanse.
The Camwar clutch. You want to retrofit it? Okay, I did retrofit it with the Dryad. So I should definitely reinforce that fleet. I should have done that a while ago. I don't know why I didn't. Might have been a big mistake. But hopefully I can kill these guys.
Invasive growth engaged. Growth continues.
Now I whooped their butt, so that's good. Let's go there and survey that immediately, and then should be good. After that, we can just go do all the stuff again. Alright, definitely going to pick up terrestrial sculpting so we can get more planets. That's good.
A path must be chosen.
So he's governing. I might as well make him a commissioner then.
How curious.
Yeah, so we're going to go back and upgrade. So I did get a first contact, but it never gave me credit for that, so I don't know what's going on there. Alright, I'm going to refocus this. There's, unless, let's see, there's not even a science enclave. I don't even know what it wants me to even do there. Yeah, I don't even know what it wants me to do here. I'm just going to reshuffle it. Surface tab of the colony view, okay. So I'll try this again. I'll build a agriculture district. Actually, won't let me. What's the build do? Okay, can't do that. So we'll try to build that, and if this doesn't work, then that thing's bugged or not working as intended, and we'll just, you know, refocus that as well. What else could we possibly do? The FTL civilization, that's annoying. Gain a favor, so I guess we could do that. Is it just me, or did they make these, make the arc furnace cheaper? That's really cool if they did. Well, that's right, I should probably develop my energy credits because I am going to be spending a lot more with these arc furnaces. Okay, so what's the deal with Winkwort? Okay, it needs more amenities. So did they like change this so that it didn't give you a big like debuff and everything? So now this is something else, Paradox, you need to change, okay? I need to know where this is. Where is this? Okay? Control click to open this message. Open message setting for this notification. Right click to dismiss. So where is this Futera system? Why don't you go to it when I click on it? I don't understand why they don't have this function. That is infuriating. Because I don't even know what system they are trying to claim. Okay, I guess it's this one. Okay, yeah, the name matches. Okay, great. Well, not great. I don't want them to claim my system, but man, like, come on, Paradox. It's like not being able to go to your leaders that die. Come on, dude. That's just like basic common sense. So they're claiming this here. That's annoying as hell. So, yeah, I mean, this is what's going to be really annoying about this war that I'm going to have is that I'm either going to have to split my forces and attack two different fronts, which I could do. The problem is, I know if I do that, they're going to doomstack one of them. And I'm going to have to retreat and go all the way around, waste all that fleet's time reinforcing the other side, and by the time it makes it over there, they'll doomstack the other side. So this is the really irritating thing about the way the computer plays. But if I doomstack on this side, they're going to come over on the opposite side because they're cowardly and they don't know how to fight head on, or at least fight to win. And they're not, you know, it's not really going to make them win. It's just going to annoy the hell out of me. Because then I'm going to take all this over and probably just swing around and then fight them. But, like, yeah, it's... So they're mass... They're doing what I feared, which is they're mass claiming my planets as well. So the Clendas system... Now, Paradox, where is that system? There's nothing here. Okay, weird. That's it right there. Okay, I'm just blind. Sorry. All right. Well,
The wild experiments.
Anyway, I'm done. We're gonna go ahead and just we're gonna upgrade our arc furnaces as far as we can go. And you know, if we get a deficit for energy credits, we have plenty of time to fix it. And actually, you know what? Oh, we did have enough trade value. You know what? We're gonna sell some of this shit. Yeah, let's get some trade value. See if we can buy some alloys. I don't want to sell too much food. That is actually a much more valuable currency to me than it was before. You know what? We'll just go with the 1200. That's more than enough, and we'll get that started early. Our Unity's going up pretty good.
New knowledge blooms.
So we probably just focus on research now. Got another alternative, Dyson Swarm. Yeah, there's no way we're not getting that. So we'll go ahead and research that. That's really good. It's going to be good for us. We'll get those swarms going up, get some more energy credits. Alright, so definitely need to steal that system. Definitely do not need to forget about that one. Okay. Is there anybody still upgrading? That's my question.
Understanding spreads.
Looks like we're getting that. That's good.
Growth continues.
There we go. And we'll go ahead and colonize that as well. So we got first contact. But we got these spy networks going. That's kind of the thing. And I do need to pay attention to them, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Maybe I should see if I can get the so smuggle population. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try this here. I'll try to piss them off. Come at me, bro. See, we could make another starbase. Honestly, we gotta just make that there.
Growth continues. Vessels.
Dude, that can't be my diplomatic weight compared to theirs. That makes no sense. Whatever. I do not understand the galactic community at all. It makes absolutely no sense. Okay, so we'll go ahead and finish the upgrades for that. Look at our jump here in minerals. That's great. So I actually want to go ahead. We have 1K biomass. We should probably take some of these planets and make them industrial worlds. But this one, Evosymbiote's output, looks like that's the brain. So, okay, yeah, that's it. So that. I actually really like it that they took away strategic resource cost for upgrading buildings. I think that was a very good idea. At least the initial first stages. Maybe the last stage has that cost, but yeah, it definitely was not fitting before. Wow. Yeah, this is a really good it's definitely a really good energy world. Definitely want to keep that. Okay. But we will specialize as a no. We're not going to do that. We're going to have plenty of alloys. We just need to just research. That's what we need to do. We are going to want some more crystals. Wait, no. We need to do a cradle rebirth and a avatar cradle. There we go.
Growth continues.
So as you can see, biomass is our choke point there. So this one is definitely going to be a command bulb. We need some more. Bone garrisons. For sure. Spy network no longer support its ongoing operations. I don't understand any of it. This is. Oh my god, dude! This is like a big mess of numbers. I don't even understand what is going on here. It's so complex and bloated. It's like complexity bloat. Like, you know, I shouldn't need a physics PhD to understand game mechanics for a video game. I shouldn't need to take a college course to understand this shit. Like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna keep playing. Hey, Wonderwaffen, what's up, man? Oh, it's a big deficit. So I do have this energy world that I'm working on. We'll just keep we'll keep building districts there.
The wild expands.
Wait, I thought I designated it. Yeah, I thought I designated this. Okay, I guess not. Oh, look at that jump in alloys. Okay, so yep, we're gonna start pumping and reinforcing. There we go. Yeah, I mean, so the changes they made are amazing overall. Other than the changes they made to ship design, that's been annoying. But really, it's just everything they have not fixed or worked on that's still really preventing me from thoroughly enjoying Stellaris like I could. Okay? Like, what I mean by that is, I do enjoy Stellaris, but I could enjoy it so much more if it weren't for the things that I'm mentioning. Like the over reliance on complexity versus practicality. And for example, the and everybody rags on the subterfuge system. I'm not even gonna focus on that at all, because everybody knows that's stupid. It's been stupid for a long time. Now my problem is, and this is why I have 2,000 hours and not 10,000, it's because Paradox hasn't even lifted a finger to try to fix it. Okay? In fact, their recent expansion, they just added a feature to subterfuge as if they're just ignoring the fact that everybody hates that feature. I have not heard one YouTuber, I have not heard one commenter, or any person that I off the top of my head, there's not one instance I remember where somebody's saying, "Oh yeah, I love the espionage system. It's really good." I've never heard that. Not one comment, not one video have I ever seen, including for myself, that has ever enjoyed the espionage system. Paradox, that's something you need to look at, man. That's like a wasted feature. Your part of your game is going to waste. You should probably fix that and invest in it. And see, yeah. I mean, it sucks, and they're not working on it. And I don't know what they're doing. If they're on the beach sipping pina coladas, I have no idea. It's none of my business. But what I do know is that's been years that's been like this, and they haven't done anything about it. So, Paradox, if you want me to use this new Civic, you need to make the feature that's associated with not suck. You know what I mean? So that's just one of my many complaints. I've also had the great pleasure of revisiting the warfare system and why I don't like that, and the great displeasure of having to, because warfare in this game is not fun. It's work. It's not fun. And look, what's hilarious here, what I don't understand, and why there's no excuse for that, why they don't work on the warfare system, make it better, is because there are other Paradox games like Crusader Kings 3 that do warfare perfectly, or as near perfect as you could get it. Their warfare system is very good. Why can't you make a similar system to that? You could make it a little more complex, but and give it a sci-fi theme, but really fundamentally, why can't you just give this game the same mechanics that Crusader Kings 3 has? In how it detects what nation or what empire has won or not. Because I guarantee you, if the system here, the warfare system here, was similar to Crusader Kings 3, I would have no trouble winning wars. And it would make sense, and it would be easy to understand. But they don't do that. They have this archaic warfare system that they've had for the past 5 or 6 years. It's like, come on, man, get with the times. And that's kind of my issue. I think they do need to go through a period of time where instead of adding all this DLC, they fix these badly neglected systems in this game that we have been enduring for years. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Thanks. I say as my concurrence go down, not that that's what's causing it. YouTube is such a weird animal. I give up trying to even predict it anymore. I had a discussion with my personal, with my AI about that. I won't say which AI I use, but the AI I use frequently, for information, searching things and stuff, and just trying to get information either about how to play a game better, just information and stats. My Chat GPT, I don't use Chat GPT, I use something else, but yeah. So I had an interesting discussion with it about, that, where it's like, what. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the game here. But I just, you kind of opened up a little rant there. Not that you guys aren't used to it. So damage to star bases, definitely want that. I mean, ship build speed probably would be good too, but just we already have plenty of ship build speed, I think. So, another thing too that's that continues. Okay, so there's so many things that. See, I don't understand these stragglers, right? Are they, and they have no orders, so they're not moving. They're not trying to rejoin to, like, combine. So where did they come from? Why were they built? I did reinforce. I did not do anything else. Why is this even happening? So these are the many, many, many little things that Paradox could be working on. Okay, we gave them their money. They should fix this. Plain simple. They have an obligation to fix this. I don't care if we're not currently paying the money to do this specific thing. This is their game. Their game isn't working correctly. They need to fix it and make it better. That's why we buy their DLC, and they get money through their DLC. And also, yeah, I mean, so yeah.
System witnessed.
But yeah, these are issues that I have been, enduring, for years of making and creating content for this game, and I am grateful that I have the numbers I have today and the size of my channel is due to this game. But sometimes I gotta be honest. Sometimes I'm like, dude, I almost want to switch games. Sometimes I really feel like switching games. Sometimes in my weakest moments. Man, unfortunately, I don't really, or fortunately, I don't really play multiplayer. I'm not really a PvP kind of guy. Also, it's extremely difficult nowadays to find anybody that wants to do that. I have put feelers out there before. I've said, hey guys, let's get together. And I'm not bitching. I'm not bitching at you guys. Okay, I love you guys. Don't get me wrong. But let's face it, facts are facts. I have put feelers out there in the past. I have said, hey guys, I want to start a co-op game or whatever. Hey guys, I want to try some multiplayer. Any of you guys interested in that? And I get crickets. Maybe it's not because I'm not big enough, and that's fine. I accept that. Like I said, I'm not salty about this. Don't get me twisted. But that's kind of the other reason I don't really play multiplayer still, is because I have reached out to the public, but I haven't gotten any bites. Nobody's wanted to do that with me. Like, nobody's wanted to play co-op. Nobody's even wanted to play PvP or just regular multiplayer. I have not been able to get anything going yet. And like I said, I don't necessarily fault the viewer, especially the ones that never heard that message. It is what it is. It's nobody's fault. It's just, I think for now, it's just like why I don't have any members. I'm not mad at my viewers that they're not, getting memberships. Absolutely not. I'm not an e-beggar. I don't like that shit. Nobody does. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, the reason, I do wonder sometimes the reason that is, but honestly, it's pretty obvious that the bigger I get, the more likely those things are to happen. I'm simply just not big enough to be able to have those kind of opportunities happen yet, which is perfectly fine. I accept that. Yeah. So yeah, I've been hearing that the new patch is getting a lot of crashes. But yeah, the multiplayer, I mean, I would, by the way, guys, I still am open to playing with you guys. I'd be happy to discuss that if I'm just a Discord click away. I'm just a DM away, man. Like, I'm still not too busy to answer my DMs. I'll let you guys know if that situation ever happens. But I honestly, at this rate, I don't see it happening anytime soon, unless I go viral overnight and then I just get swamped. I mean, that's one thing, but very unlikely that'll happen. So we have 3,000 alloys. Yeah, we're just gonna keep hitting that reinforce button. I will just, these. Yeah, see, this is just a waste of resources. I shouldn't even have to waste my time to do this. There's the really the thing of it is too that's really sad. Now, some of you may have watched my How to Save Stellaris video. I tell you right now, I could have made that 2 hours longer with the amount of little things
The void is not ours
that, like,
alone.
I could have played a game through and just picked apart every single little thing that they could have improved and really just been meticulous about it. And it would have been 2 hours long. That's how much stuff is in here that doesn't make sense, that they have not even addressed, that they should address for years. Yeah, I just deleted them, so. Alright. But, like I said, I'm trying to minimize my bitching here. Like I said, I will say this. Despite my bitching here, Paradox is stepping in the right direction. I just think they're doing it very slowly, way slower than they should. They need to fix this shit, man. They need to fix warfare. They need to fix espionage. You know, they need to fix their features that aren't working correctly for their base game. The thing of it is, and no matter what they do, especially if they keep pricing, and that's the other problem here that I see them having, that's really hurt. They're really shooting themselves in the foot with their pricing of these DLCs. And it kind of perpetuates the problem because, see, so they're desperate for money at this point because they keep overpricing them, but nobody buys them. Just look at the reviews. Now, I'm going by the amount of reviews. Maybe I have the numbers wrong, but it's very hard for me to believe that if hundreds of thousands of people were buying their DLC or the same amount as who owns the base game, if that same pool of players was buying all their DLC, that their user reviews wouldn't be way more than what they are. But what we're seeing is, you get on the Steam page right now, go to user reviews for either this, Biogenesis, or Machine Age. This is really sad. Go to Machine Age, look at the amount of user reviews. It's, the last I checked, it was less than 1,000. That's terrible. That's such a great DLC, but, you know, almost no one's buying it. If we're going to go use the user review number as an indicator as to how many copies of that are being bought, that is not even a fraction of the amount of people that bought the base game. That's not economically sustainable. I don't even need a business degree to see that. Am I wrong? So really, there's no point in them pricing it as high as they're pricing it. They would get a lot more sales if they reduced the price, and that would make up for the cost of, you know, the amount of money they would lose by, you know, reducing the price. 760 reviews. That is a tragedy. Machine Age is probably one of the most amazing DLCs that ever came out for this game. That's a tragedy, man. But why is that? We got to look at why that is. I'll tell you why. It's the price. 100%. What are we dealing with right now? Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting crazy. I'm gonna tone it down, guys. But look, I've said this before. What are we dealing with right now? Economic hardship. I mean, we are going through times. We haven't really gone through economic times this tough, I think, since the Great Depression. I really do. I can't see many other events that were as or are as bad as this one, right? Globally. And this is across the board. This isn't just in America. And I'm not going to get into politics here, but no matter what side of the political fence you're on, shit's expensive right now. Why would you raise the price for your product when times are tough economically? You're not going to make any money. Nobody's going to buy your shit. So you might as well underprice it and take the L. Yeah, are you serious? $50 for a subscription now? Did they really do that? If they did, they're nuts. They're nuts, and they just highlight my point. No one's going to pay for that. I'm not going to pay for that. I won't even pay for that. And I've got money. As you guys know, I do this shit for free. What guy would do this shit for free if he had to worry about money? No, I'd be working at soul-crushing jobs and maybe working on this on the side for a couple hours a week. You guys know this. I'm privileged. I am. And I am grateful for that. But man, dude, I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. I know what it's like to be broke. It sucks. That is just, wow. That is, if that's true, I'll double check that, guys. I'll double check that. But if what you say is true, Wonder Wolf, then that is ridiculous. $50 for a subscription. Nobody is going to pay $50 a month for a video game. Now, well, I kind of do. I do pay for a Minecraft server. But that is because I have many friends that play that with me that love that game. And it's the only way I can play with them, and they're very important to me. So I'm more paying for the relationships that I have there because of that, than I am for the game itself. Okay, so you have a different currency. I mean, I'm assuming by your name that you're at least either Dutch or European. I'm not going to assume that you're German. I'm not going to say which country, of course, like Germany, for example, but Polish, okay, yeah, I'm glad I didn't say that then. Hey, not to get into politics, let's not do that. But but yeah, I mean, you're definitely European. Your name is definitely European. So your currency is going to be different than the USD, but still, I mean, well, actually, we could look that up right now. Let's look that up right now. Since we're on this, and then we are going to get back to the game, I promise, guys. See, so Polish. I don't know if it's called a dollar or Polish dollar to USD. So it's 0.27, I guess. So it says zloty. That does sound Polish in that I can't fucking pronounce it, which is just about every Polish name. No offense, but you know I'm right, dude. You know I'm right. I literally. You guys that I meet in America, Polish people that I meet in America, they like to wear this shirt. It says, I am Polish. You cannot pronounce my last name. Literally, that's what the shirt says. It's hilarious. And they're right. We cannot pronounce their damn last name. It's crazy. You know? Sorry, I'm losing my damn voice. All right. But yeah. Yeah, all right. So So 50. Okay. Well, all right. So to be fair, guys, I do need to correct myself here. It's not 50 USD, okay? Please forgive my misinterpretation there. I didn't realize he was Polish until now. So, yes, for him it's 50 PLN, I believe that's what it is. It's ZLOTYCH. I don't know how to pronounce it, of course. But that would equal about 13 US dollars. Still, okay, people aren't stupid, Paradox. If you add up $13, just $13 for a video game over the course of an entire year, they are almost paying as much for most of the good DLC that you can get for your game as if they had just bought it outright. People are aware of this scheme. It is a scheme, okay? I'm really starting to be on a crusade. Not just with YouTube, just with businesses in general, just every part of my life, just speaking out. You know, let's drop the schemes, guys. Let's bring honesty back to business. You know? What happened to the concept of the goose that lays the golden egg? What happened to taking care of your customers? Like, seriously. But this zeitgeist, this corporate zeitgeist of let's see how much money we can squeeze out of our customers just appalls me. And it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, really, it just doesn't work. Period. Full stop. It just doesn't work. I mean, I could be totally behind the idea, but the problem is it doesn't work. If you don't take care of your customers, if it's just simple business, this is the way business used to be. If you don't take care of your customers, if you don't give them good customer service, if you don't give them reasonable prices, your business is not going to make it. Doesn't matter how big it is. Doesn't matter if it's too big to fail, quote unquote. It's not going to make it long term. It may make it in the short term. You might be able to sucker some bucks out of people, but they're not going to come back. Eventually they're going to stop giving you their money. So, all right. So let's go ahead and continue here. Let's see. So we need 4,000 to upgrade this. All right. But we have plenty of alloy gain now. I think we're definitely snowballing here with the alloys. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe we could probably research this in case they do some fuckery and we have to like counter. Maybe, though I actually do need more naval capacity, but I've never understood the doctrine that this technology chain. Is there like a really good modifier at the end? Because 25 naval capacity for a 14,000 point tech, and this is why I've never got it, is absolute dog shit. It just seems like a waste to me. But you know what? I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to take it. Because I do need naval capacity. Regardless. So I'm just going to try to get as much of that as possible. Okay. Let's see how we are compared to other fleets. Yeah, I mean, I've been pumping fleets out like crazy, and it still says they're equivalent. I don't know how. Alright, we'll just keep going, I guess. So we have more influence. We probably should claim more of their systems since they're claiming us. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. I think I do want to start going to war with them, though. Well, actually, I would actually really like to wait for this to finish. If I can. I don't know if I can, though. Might not be able to. Well, I am snowballing. I'm just going to get more and more alloys, so maybe, and more and more ships, so maybe I should wait. And just wait till I'm just, like, too big to fail. Yeah. So, I actually do need to pay attention to my science ships a little bit here. Because they're not doing anything. Do they not have anything to do? Well, let's see. What is he trying to do here? No.
Life stares in the void.
What are you doing all the way over there? Get back. You know what? I'm gonna disband these science ships, man. They're done. If they're not finding anything, I'm just gonna disband them. I'll make them later if I need them. So, I think I do need at least one for debris. I am about to go to war, so we'll just make a new science ship here. And then we'll fill with the scientists when we need to. In the meantime, our science planets absolutely need a scientist leader. That'd probably be a good idea. That guy on there, and then here, yeah, so definitely want to make more research labs. That's good. Yeah, we'll just do that. And then we'll add a scientist here. What's my favorite nation combo? Dude, that's a loaded question. Honestly, there's so many. I gotta say though, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a Warhammer 40k fanboy, but I gotta say the most rewarding game I had, I mean, especially after what it did for my channel, I've got to say there really isn't a build out there that's done more for my channel that's that I have enjoyed playing, that also simultaneously challenged me more, you know, as far as like great builds, than the Imperium of Man. 100%. The way I made it. Watch my Imperium of Man theme build guide or Space Marine 2 crossover. That build there, that was my, I think that's probably the most rewarding build I've ever played. But that does fight a lot with another build. I must say, your classic Determined Exterminator build, especially the either Void Dwellers build or Arc Welders, is definitely a contender there, and definitely fights for that top spot for me. Also, Driven Assimilator definitely is one of my top favorites. So it's kind of a toss up between those three. Though I do say that like Space Marine, you know, endearment wise, it means a little bit more to me, and it also gave me the most numbers. I definitely got some very good numbers from that build because of that build. I mean, it was because I did ride the hype train at the time, but really, it's just a very damn good build. It really is. It basically fought off an entire galaxy, and I don't remember exactly what the difficulty was, but I was pretty sure it was at least on Captain. I don't play any lower than Captain. And basically, what happened was the story of that game with that build. Right after I took over my first empire and I started taking over another, the entire galaxy declared war on me. They declared me galactic crisis because the asshole I was fighting happened to be, happened to be working the galactic community like some little asshole that he is. Yeah, I still have resentment about that. But the good news is that build was so powerful and so cool. I fought them off and I conquered the whole galaxy. I ended up winning that war and clearing the board. It took a long time, a lot of stress. Remember, warfare isn't fun. That's what I don't like about it. That's what irritated the hell out of me about it. But other than that, it was a very worthwhile experience, I must say. So, yeah, that's my answer on that. So we have Planetary Nexus. So we could get the next level of energy or the next level power source. I'm thinking we're probably going to need power source considering we're about to get this. So I think we probably should do that just in case. We have power issues with the new weapon we're about to have. Man, we're rolling with the alloys, so we're going to keep pumping that out. So, see, where is Wankwort? There we go. So we got Think Stem. We're going to start building these research growths, upgrading them. Yeah, we're just going to pump this shit. Yeah, speaking of colonize, I did finish terrestrial sculpting, so we definitely are going to start colonizing or start terraforming planets. Not that, but let's see. So, so actually, we'll just look around our immediate area for planets that we can colonize, or that we can terraform. So there's this one right here. So we need 5,000 biomass to terraform that. That is crazy bad. This is, yeah, that's not fun. I don't like that. No, wait, this is... Oh, this is a tomb world. Okay. Tomb world, that makes sense. Get something that's not a tomb world. What about this? Okay, so we need 2,500 biomass to terraform this. So I guess we could wait. We could achieve that. So, but man, that kind of really sucks that we can't spend energy credits on it. I mean, can we buy biomass? Yeah, we can't even do it. So, yeah, biomass is kind of a double-edged sword as far as a resource is concerned. It is nice to be independent from the other resource sources. Do I really only have... Well, I have been buying a lot of ships, so okay. That does make sense. So I guess I'm okay with that. So we got a think stem here. And we'll buy these, and then...
New knowledge blooms.
Alright, cool. We are going to have to upgrade. Definitely want... Okay, composite mandibles. Alright, that's definitely something we need to invest in. I wanted to get armor plating, but weapons, you know, weapons are number one. You get a new weapon, that's huge. So, but hopefully that armor comes up again. So let's go ahead and go to our fleet manager, ship designer, and let's see. Okay, it looks like they upgraded everything. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna go ahead and yep, we'll just upgrade. I probably do need to invest in some food. Maybe even make another food world. Oh, looks like they all evolved. That's cool. Wonder how that works. I'll keep figuring it out, guys. All right, so we're definitely gonna work on our food because I see that now. We can definitely start by upgrading these. That'll work also, and then these later.
Vessels strengthened.
Oh, that's right. We did research Dyson Swarm. We do need to make those. But we can upgrade these, though. Oh wow, we need food. Okay, so yeah, food. is definitely something we need to focus on. We are flirting with a resource deficit, so we're going to go ahead and go comb through our systems and kind of hit the tab button and see if there's any good star candidates for energy. There's a number 7. So we definitely want to build a Dyson swarm here. I can already tell you that. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, hit the tab key. That's a 3. That's a 4. See, that's a 3. All of these are blank. That's weird. Most of them usually have a credit value attached to them. That one doesn't. Excuse me. Yeah, there was no, like, the game kept saying 0 even though I was building the biomass producers like crazy. So that's a 4. We might come back to that if we're really unlucky here. Okay, that's a 6. Definitely worth putting a Dyson swarm on. So we'll go ahead and do that. But we are out of food, so you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna get some food. Let's go grab McDonald's, guys. There we go. Just bought some food. I'll take care of that. And let's see. Yeah. You know what? I'll take it. I don't want to look anymore in the interest of time. Just go ahead and build that as well. So there we go. Yeah, I definitely need to sell some minerals. You're absolutely right. Yeah, we need that. I could sell 10K energy credits. And definitely want to buy more food. Yeah, we'll just do that there. Okay. I'll take care of our food problems. But then also we can upgrade these arc furnaces. So we'll go ahead and do that. I just barely don't have enough unity, so we'll just wait a little bit for that to build up.
Vessels adapted.
Thanks for reminding me about that. So that, in the long run, that's a big investment in our economy.
Vessels strengthened.
Oh, we can do this. Let's go ahead and get that done. For even more massive amounts of alloys and minerals, but massive energy deficit, but that's okay. We are going to start buying more energy and buying more food. I think really there's no reason for, let's see. I mean, our food's kind of capped. So either we need to designate a new food planet. So now this one has way too many districts for us to justify making that a food world. And this is Winkwort, so I mean, we could still make food here, but yeah, we want to focus on make a there, make that a little bigger. Taking a break from my own playthrough right now. WoW has so much changed. Yeah, it really has, man. Like I said, this is a really good step in the right direction. Just there's still a lot that is being neglected in this game that I'm really disappointed that they didn't even take a glance at. I mean, man, no. I mean, you upgrade the entire version. You could have worked on some more stuff.
Adapted.
So I don't know what was with the 500 science going to 300. See, this is. They really need also some kind of statistics panel similar to like what you see in certain automation games like Factorio that breaks down for you what caused those fluctuations in those gains, or some kind of report, right, month after month. And I think they could easily do this. They're just not for some reason.
Vessels
so that
adapted.
you can troubleshoot solutions for issues that are affecting your colony and find out what the problem is, right? Because I have no idea why. Like right there, I have no idea what caused my energy credits to, for a couple months, be minus 220. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's... So they're kind of mass claiming me right now. It's alright, back at you. I think I should claim stuff on the edges here. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. And did I upgrade all these? No, I didn't. So we'll go ahead and make sure we hit the upgrade button on everything right now.
Vessels strengthened. Vessels strengthened.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that huge downward spike to my economy that was briefly there? Like, what is going on there, man?
New knowledge blooms.
Like, I have no idea, and I have no way of finding out what that is. Let's see. Blockers. Okay, so interstellar fleet traditions. I mean, but then there's fleet command limit. Yep, got to go with that. Can't not. I definitely cannot pass that anymore. But I really do need the fleet traditions. Like I said, I really wish you could lock some of these techs, man. I really do.
A path must be chosen.
Okay, so I think we have transport ships, right? So we're gonna start making our way over here. I think it is time to. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard for us to traditionally terraform because of the nature of our build. So I'm kind of gonna put a pin in that for now, unless I'm floating stupid amounts of biomass. You know, you're probably right. I probably should do a monthly trade. I think it does call for that. I'll do what you recommend, and we'll see what happens. That was a huge spike. Don't worry, guys. I think I'm done boring you guys to death here. We're gonna start doing some action here and start fighting again. Let's see, we can upgrade our Dyson Swarm, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have a lot of biomass, so we're going to continue to work on our farms. So that can't be upgraded yet. I wonder why that is. Unconstructible building. Okay. Whatever that means. So we could actually build some more stuff here. So let's go ahead and do that. You know what? Actually, we could make some food here on our on our our fortress planets. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Let's build at least one district. Okay, so I gotta wait for those districts to build. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna make our way up here, guys. We're gonna attack here.
Horizons
We're just gonna go
widened.
all in here and just kind of like snake around, try to get here before they pour into here too much, but they probably will beat us to it. Okay, fleet command limit again. Yeah. No reason not to. Oh, we'll make sure these guys have the latest and greatest weapons. Alright, good to go. That's good enough for me. Overextended. I don't give a shit. Whatever that means. This has an upgrade. We'll go ahead and upgrade that. Actually, we probably do need to upgrade the arrows that we see. Oh, we can upgrade that. Okay, let's do that. Honestly, dude, we should probably reinforce again, even though... Yeah. Go ahead and reinforce again. Oh, I think we can also increase our fleet size now. Yep. We'll go ahead and do that. Kind of funny, for once I'm just banking hard on Corvettes, I guess. I don't know if it'll work or not. We'll see. I mean, I think the mandibles are gonna... It seems to wreck their shit. Look at that jumping food. Okay, so we're here. Alright, now we gotta organize these fleets a little better. Definitely need to make sure that all of these are on aggressive and indiscriminate bombardment. We need to make it... We need to hire as many commanders as we possibly can. So this needs a commander, so put him on there. And then we'll keep him... Actually, no, we need to have him there as well. And then... So that is going to reduce our naval capacity. Definitely want... I like prudence, so... Grab that. That's the most commanders that we can have, so... Alright, well... That's what we have to work with. Alright, so we're gonna save it as War 1, and I'm tired of waiting around. I think you guys are too, so... Go ahead and come at them and see what happens. Guys, I think I am gonna quit in probably like 20 minutes. I think I'll just leave it at an even 2 hours, because it looks like the hype's died down a little bit. The numbers were really great yesterday. I mean, it may just be the timing of my stream, who knows, but yeah, I mean... We went from 15, almost 20 concurrents to like 5 now, which is alright. But like, yeah, I mean, the only reason I think I stayed so long the past couple streams is because of how many people were watching me, and I kind of wanted to keep that going as long as I could. So, So yeah, I think it's fair to be able to stop in about 20 minutes or 15 minutes at an even the 2 hour mark. I think that's good. I got plenty of footage, guys. I'm definitely gonna break it down before we start this. I'm gonna break down that footage. I already downloaded the last couple streams I did, and I'm gonna start chopping them up and see what I can make from them. I'm also gonna react to them as well. Do I do multiplayer? So I was asked that question earlier. I guess you weren't here. I have tried to do multiplayer in the past with my viewers, but I never got any bites. Nobody ever, was willing to send me a DM. Nobody sent me a DM. Every time I sent a message in my Discord, or even I think even in post, I said I'm interested in organizing some kind of co-op event or multiplayer event. Every time I've ever reached out to try to do that in the past, I've gotten crickets. So that I'm just being honest, and that doesn't mean necessarily anything bad. It probably just means I'm not big enough yet to be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, especially if you're a member, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, guys, that is the best way to communicate with me. If you want to hang out with me off stream, yeah, there's no better place than Discord. And I have an open door policy. I know I might regret saying this later, but I don't care. When the day comes that I get too big to be able to answer your guys' DMs and comments, I will let you know. Speaking of which, thanks for reminding me. I need to catch up on my comments. I was dark for a month, so I do need to catch up on those for sure. Yeah, I need to visit my community part of my page and do that. But yeah, dude, just join the Discord. I mean, I leave it in the description all the time and everything. But yeah, the Discord's really important, guys. That is one way you can support without even having to give me any money. Is just get involved with that. 1 second, guys, real quick. Give me a minute. Damn. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna message this guy back. I was gonna take the call, but nah, we only have 15 minutes left. I'm gonna say him. Let's see. I'll text him. Give me a minute. Sorry about the noise, guys. Okay, so anyway, let's get started here, and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna make sure I saved again. Where is it? Okay. I love it when my air conditioning leaks. Don't you guys? Okay. Go to contacts. Not messing around. Science Coalition. I mean, they super hate me at this point, so there's really not a lot that I can that I can't really turn around and like join their federation or anything. Okay. So yeah, I mean, we're fighting a lot of guys here, but the good news is a couple of them are super weak and not even like it'll be like swatting a fly for me. I don't really know how powerful these guys are, but we're just gonna find out. Because yeah, we aren't gonna sit around and do nothing anymore. That's boring as hell. You guys don't want to see that. I know that. So, and I actually wasn't the fleet manager. I was. Okay, I did increase all the numbers here. So we're just gonna start pumping this shit. Let's do that. Get those reinforcements on the way. I have so many resources, it's stupid. I'm not going to run out in time before I can do something about it. So All right, so this is okay. Good. I think really no, they do need to be on evade, but I do think they need to follow my fleets around. That's for sure. Well, okay, we need to go here next, and we're gonna have him go here also. Let's see. Can't go there yet. Okay, now we can go there. Orbit. They have... Yeah, I wonder if we can actually just claim their planet by bombarding them. Okay, so we could just do that. That's super easy. I don't know why I didn't do that before. My bad. So we'll just do that and have them follow us. We'll have them follow my fleet. Yeah, following. Okay, so that's good. We'll just do that. We'll bombard if we can, and then yeah. I guess I'm just so used to playing Total War Empires. I'm not used to being able to claim by bombarding. Not used to it. All right, are you being a... Yeah, you're being a dumb... Dude, I told you to follow them. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'll just trail along. I actually really don't need the transport ship. I really don't think I do. My bombardment damage is so high. I'm gonna get them to surrender really fast. They're gonna come through here, guys. I mean, let's make no mistake about it. They're gonna backdoor me. They do every single war. They backdoor me. So you know, I'm just gonna try to sweep through as fast as I possibly can. I'm gonna claim all the planets that I can possibly claim. Okay, and just kind of systematically go through. Yeah. Then I think what I'm going to do here is, when I reach this point, I am going to split a couple smaller fleets off and just kind of take all this stuff. I think that's what I'll do. Well, I actually am going to have to probably doomstack these, but once I doomstack these, I'll have the smaller fleet go through here. We'll see. But basically, my goal here is to sweep through their territory faster than they can sweep through mine. That's basically my goal. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and claim that and that there. Yeah, just kind of just bum. We're basically just bum rushing them at this point. So hold on. Nope. We actually have a couple planets we need to bombard real quick and touch. Yeah, we need to touch them before they start amassing, you know, armies on them to try to be cheesy and stupid, like the computer loves to do. Yeah, so they don't have a garrison there either. Yeah, we're just... I think we do have ion drives. I want to check and see if we do have those. Yeah, we do have a better drive, so we're at least not operating off chemical thrusters, so we're a little bit faster than
Danger
normal.
inbound.
Not to mention we do have afterburners and other sublight bonuses, so that's also good. So see, like I said, like I predicted, they're coming to backdoor me, as the computer always does. Whatever. I think now I actually do want to see what size of fleets they come through here. This actually, the silver lining here, even though as much as this pisses me off that they do this, I get a window to see how strong their fleets are, so I can plan accordingly. And if their fleets are small enough, I probably could take this over, get over here, and you know, and then do a pincher attack on them. You know, trap them on both sides. You know, before they can, because especially if they're stupid and start bombarding my planets, which when the computer does that, it kind of screws itself, to be honest. If I was the AI, I would never bombard any planets unless I had me totally dominated, you know? Because then they just sit there and just waste time. Because they're... Well, that's the other thing. I'm pretty... It's pretty obvious that the computer just... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. I can't have... Surrender. Yeah, I don't need all those. But it's pretty obvious that the computer uses selective bombardment. And selective bombardment, honestly, they just need to take it out. They really do. It is a terrible option. It's just a waste of time. It's a total waste. I will never use selective bombardment. I can't really see a situation that would justify that kind of waste of time. It just doesn't even work. Like, you don't kill anything. Yeah, you're not killing the pops, but like, you're not killing the defensive armies either. You're just sitting there. How's it been? Any crazy bugs? No, I mean, I've suspected a couple glitches here and there, but they turned out to be just, you know, user ignorance. In other words, aka me, just not understanding the mechanics because Paradox like to make them way more complicated than they need to be. I will blame Paradox a little bit for that, but some of it is just, you know, my failure to grasp the new concepts. I'll swallow my pride a little bit and admit that. But yeah, I think so. That's we could take that out easy. Yeah, this guy's just yeah. So they're doing exactly what I predicted. Don't really think there's anything I can really do to stop that. So we'll just see if they what their doom stack looks like. Hopefully, it's not like, you know, huge giant fleet like every Federation seems to have, but they probably do. So that's why we need to stay on top of yeah, we have a lot of resources now. Look at that, 258 alloys. Yeah, we just need to pump, man. We need to pump. We should be able to sustain the overinflated naval capacity. Sure. So we badly need an upgrade for the bone garrisons. We really do.
The canopy is under attack. Shelter lost. Cleansing foreign blight.
Dude, yeah, well, they insta-warped, so that's okay. We'll just keep taking their stuff.
Predatory
Eventually they'll have nowhere to hide. Let's see, go here, there. Let me check my messages real quick. Alright, so... Time project. Okay, so yeah. Okay, we do have a scientist. There's some debris here. Let's go ahead and do that. We can get research, which is great. Alright, that fleet's not a concern.
Predatory shelter.
An insignificant insect. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do, I think I am gonna split up from here. They are not offering much resistance. So I think really I'm gonna kind of, you know, give my fleets different objectives. Just go like that. Okay. See what happens. We'll just scattershot this.
Shelter being ravaged. Shelter lost.
Okay, so let's touch this. Alright, this one has a lot of dudes on it, so we'll see if that group alone can clear them. But if not, we may have to come together and bombard that.
Shelter engaged.
My ships might... Oh, actually, no. I've got ships here.
The void is not ours alone.
So this can, like... These can, like, be my scouts. And I'll just, I'll just dogpile this planet with my ships and make them surrender. So we got that. So we'll have this guy go over here and see. This doesn't have a starbase on it, I don't think. No, it doesn't. So we'll go ahead and grab that. I do want to claim. I don't think I have enough. Okay.
The canopy is under attack. Shelter lost.
Alright, so there we go.
Predators incoming.
Alright, so they're landing troops. Let's see, so what... Well, like I said, they're doing their typical behavior, but I'm going way faster than they are.
Predatory shelter engaged. The canopy is under attack.
So I got this. We'll go ahead and see if we can capture that and that. They were successful in capturing this. Let's see if we can touch this planet. It does have stuff on it, but I think we could probably bombard it, even with that small amount with the bonuses that we have. So what do we got here? So they have nothing, so all we need to do is touch that. Okay, cool. And we'll just go forward there. A little hard to keep track of, but like I'm just kind of gonna ignore this. They're gonna do what they do. I can't make it here. There's no way that I can make it here anyway. So I'll just I'm just gonna make sure that I take this back over eventually. Now I could start making fleets here. I could start pumping out fleets here. I could do that. Just make new fleets there. Maybe I should. I have plenty of resources to do so. So yeah, maybe I should. I think. So here's what I think I'll do. Well, it's already kind of full up, but we'll just keep going. I'll keep that in mind for later. We have new tech. Definitely. Wait, we can jump to level 3? Bioplasma thrower. Interesting. So, photon launcher. Wow. So we could go with the mandibles, I think, or oh no, this is a. So that's interesting. They made the launchers not a torpedo slot weapon anymore. That might have huge implications. Cause oh yeah, that we'll sell some of these off. Let's see. Okay. But no, that's the implications of this are huge. This is, I mean, these pretty much I can tell just by the damage. Wait, no, this is I'm sorry, this is plasma cannons. My bad. It's not photon launchers. I'm smoking something. So I don't really want to do this for sure. Honestly, well, it's kind of weird because ain't I supposed to get this technology before this one? But hey, I'll do level 3 shields. Part of me wants to do that one, but you know what? I need to make my ships tougher, so no reason not to do that. Predators only takes 23 months anyway. So okay. What's happening here with this planet? Okay, they're losing their
canopy is under attack.
They're losing their population pretty quickly. We can keep going here. So I know what I need to do. I need to start looking at my my ship screen. So those are bombarding, and are any of these idle? No, they're not. So
horizons widened.
okay, so this one's idle. All right, so let's look at the planet here. Yep, we can just touch
We are
that.
uprooted.
That's good. And standardized Mauler incubation, Mauler build cost, ship build speed. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? Okay, this guy's idle. Go there.
The canopy
Alright,
is under
they
attack.
did their job. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make our way over here. Oh yeah, we definitely need to take over their Dyson Swarmer, knock that out. Hopefully we can stop them from using those resources. Alright, so we'll do that. Yeah.
Shelter lost.
This is... Okay, that's idle. We'll go there. Oh, that's idle also. We'll go there as well.
Predatory shelter engaged.
Yeah, I'm clearing them way faster than they're clearing me. You know, I was going to stop, but this is kind of exciting.
Danger inbound.
So what do we got here? So, how big are their fleets? Not seeing anything. Not seeing anything scary yet. Not seeing anything scary yet.
Cleansing foreign blight. Shelter lost. Predatory shelter engaged.
Okay, now we can just focus on swarming through here. I'll have some fleets take all this shit while my main fleets go and just sweep their, clean up their fleets there. But actually, guys, I do want to, let's see. I'll keep going. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn my headset off. I'm gonna spend more time with this, guys, because I'm actually kind of having fun right now. This is kind of interesting. So, give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna take this phone call. I'm gonna answer this phone call real quick. Hey guys, I'm back. Coming back right after I noticed that my concurrence dropped to 1, but I honestly that number fluctuates so much. Anyway, I'm back, guys. I do apologize. That took way longer than I had imagined it taking. You know, but I don't regret it. It was necessary. It was an important phone call, so very important to me, and so I had to take it. So, well, hopefully, hopefully you guys took a break and enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed your break. Yeah, and if I do that in the future, guys, those of you that are new to my channel, if you see me take a break, just go take your own break. Come back later, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes later, or whatever, if you need to. No big deal. I'm not gonna hold it against you. Yeah, I don't get salty about that shit. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue whooping this computer's butt. All right, so
The canopy is under attack.
see, so we got some idols here. Okay, so I just use this outlier here to just manage my fleets. So we're gonna go ahead and go after that. Yeah, I guess it's just a race against time. I'm racing to take over their stuff faster than they're taking over mine. It looks like I am beating them in war exhaustion. That's good. This needs to get claimed, so we're gonna try to touch these. Looks like they have 0 there, so that's good.
Shelter lost.
And
Invasive growth
okay, so
engaged.
we'll go ahead and touch that. They do have a small garrison, but that's going to be gone in seconds. Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit that up as well. So
The canopy is under attack.
let's see. There, we'll just keep pushing. Playing the game with my friends, so for me it's no big deal. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, I do want to respect your guys' time though, so it wasn't my intention to be gone that long, but I mean these things happen, as you know. Okay, let's see here. Is there anything here that needs to get touched? Look, okay, they're still working on that. I don't know why that's taking so long. It's only 46 guys. Let's see. Is there anything here that I'm missing? He's working that. That's fine. There's nothing here that I haven't claimed yet. So we're just going to go ahead and just start jumping over there. He's finished there. Okay. So is this hasn't been claimed yet, so I'm wondering where the other planet here. Oh, they have 2 of them. Okay, let's go and touch that. That has 0 as well. That's good. This one is chilling. Help him take that out. We'll just hit spacebar. Okay. Back. We'll just click and drag that group and move here. So yeah, we've got this whole thing conquered. We can move down now and go ahead and yep. I think we will just we'll just go there, and I think we'll take our doom stack and kind of discover that there. In the meantime, our science vessel, I actually want to see what we're doing here. I don't see any debris anywhere. Wait, there is debris here, so we'll go ahead and research that as well.
Predatory shelter engaged.
So we're gonna do correctional bisection. I don't like these stupid negative traits, so we'll just get rid of that. Dump the negative traits. Now, what kind of... I don't see any huge fleets yet, so... And I haven't seen anything here.
The canopy is under attack.
Doesn't mean they're not on their way. man.
Predatory
There's all
shelter
kinds of
engaged.
risk with this. I just wonder why our traditions are going so slow, man. I kind of wondering about that. Okay, so yeah, that's grown a little bit bigger in size. Speaking of which, we do need to reinforce our fleet. We have a shitload of resources. Yeah, let's go ahead. You know, I actually do think. So this fucking asshole did this, and he's gonna try to jump my. What a piece of shit. Okay. So. Fuck. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take these guys. We're gonna thump this piece of crap. Now we'll go ahead and come back here. And actually, maybe we should come back through here and just thump these guys. I'm going to make a new fleet. And let's see. So create a new fleet here. Add. Let's see. You got skill points to give? Oh, for leaders. Okay, yeah, I'll pay attention to that in a second. All right, so we got that here. So we'll go ahead and reinforce this fleet for sure.
Predators spotted.
I want to go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can buy some more food. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Okay, I actually want to clear out. I'm gonna clear everything. I'm gonna redo this. I messed up here, so I'm just gonna reset all the build queue. Kind of just redo it. So we're gonna definitely this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and reinforce this fleet here. There we go. So yep. So this will start. This will start making a fleet, and we'll take the fleet here and just start slapping those guys around. So yep, that's their doom stack. So looks like they're doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab as much of this stuff as I can.
Engaged. The canopy is under attack. Predators spotted. New knowledge blooms.
So I'm definitely going to sell off some of these energy credits, because it's not looking like I'm getting a deficit anytime soon. So I'm going to sell off some of these, and I'm going to buy a bunch of food. Look like I can buy a lot. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to sell off some alloys. I have a stupid amount of alloy generation right now, and we're just going to bank on food. Wow, I still can't buy 10,000. Okay. Well, we'll just do that. Yeah, and let's see, for this one here, because this is going to make it to these guys first, so I'm going to actually reinforce the fuck out of this fleet. This is the Ivor Clutch, or however the hell you pronounce that. Take this, and yeah, we're just going to count on that and reinforce it. So, let's see, we'll definitely do automated repair. So I have some, okay, I definitely need to, ooh, we got new research, so we definitely do need to upgrade this. We have a stupid amount of alloy game right now, so I'm not too concerned with upgrading this right now. And stupid amount of minerals. So really, the most important thing here is making our ships faster, I think, at this point. And we definitely want to upgrade this fleet when it gets pumped out. And to upgrade those new weapons that we have.
Shelter lost.
So, let's see here. Okay. I don't see anything else I can really do. Now, I'm not seeing any 100k fleet power, Federation fleet, so... Okay, so we got this here. There doesn't seem to be anywhere else left to go, so... That guy can go here. I'll have these guys go here. Yep, okay, that's good.
Danger inbound.
Alright. Clear that out.
Shelter lost.
Clear them out. Okay. Honestly, I think we should just join forces. That's probably the smartest option.
Predators engaged.
Alright, that's their... Okay, they got a 17,000 fleet. That's stupid. 38,000 total. Okay. So that's their doom stack. And I love it how they magically made that happen the second I started coming back. So, oh, that's okay. Let me see here. Yeah, I still think we can stop them.
Shelter lost.
As long as they ain't like 100,000, like before. Yo, how's the run? I mean, we're about to find out. This is basically kind of a game-defining. This is kind of game. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we're about to thump this. We're having a pivotal war right now. This could go either way. We could either get our back broken, or they can get their back broken. It's too hard to tell, because they have a pretty scary fleet. I don't know where it is. It disappeared, but they had a pretty scary fleet. Yeah, I don't know where it is now, but they had a pretty scary 30k fleet breathing down my neck and invading my territory. But I have nearly taken all of their shit here. So I'm taking their stuff way faster than they're taking mine. That reminds me, I do need to claim some things. I do have some more influence now, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. Hold on, is there a planet we can take? I believe so. Let's see. Check mark. And next logical step is to take that, so we'll just go ahead and do that.
Predators spotted. New knowledge blooms.
Yeah, we're basically all in at this point. I'm confident that we can win. My ships are pretty damn powerful. Colonial centralization, we badly need this. This is going to catapult our planets, give us way more building slots, so we are definitely going to grab that. That is a must-have. I think that used to be an okay, mediocre tech, but with these changes to the planets, it is. I see this already being absolutely required to grab when you see it. You can't really pass on it. You know what I mean? It's just too much power, right? Especially if you're playing wide. Like, basically what that is going to do for me, from what I understand, is this, not this, but this right here, yeah. The whole reason I can't use these building slots is because of colonial centralization. And I have all these planets that are in the same boat. So when I get colonial centralization, I'm going to be able to build a shitload of more buildings. You know, shitloads of more science labs, shitloads more of the same that I've been doing. Not to mention, I do have a lot of biomass, so I probably, at the very least, I could make some more cradle rebirths. Why not? Now this has dog shit amenities, so I definitely think we do need to pay some attention to this planet. We'll have to wait for that. But so this is Singing Cliffs. Yeah, we'll definitely do that there. And that. And we'll kind of just bank on Unity here, I think. And maybe, you know what, we'll do another Cradle Rebirth. I want to up our biomass generation. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. So they're trying to sneak behind. We'll just go ahead and install. We'll continue, and we'll have this guy go thump that guy. And actually, we're gonna have him bounce around and claim all this shit, and kind of just be a scout advance party since he's so small. And then grab this guy. Okay, so he's playing Ring Around the Rosie with me. So we're just going to go ahead and manually right-click him.
The canopy is under attack.
So hopefully we can chase him down. I think we may be able to. So there's this one here. Why is he not? Dude, come on. I know maybe I didn't. So we'll just wait for that. That fleet needs to grow.
Foreign blight.
2. Okay. So it's not safe yet, but we should probably bring our science vessel over here to survey that debris.
The canopy is under attack.
So I think that big fleet disappeared because I think it's going to come over here and try to surprise us. For sure.
The void is not ours alone.
But we're gonna keep pushing forward.
Assets are valuable agents and artifacts which provide.
Predatory shelter engaged.
Nice. We definitely got some nice upgrades. So what do we got here? See, advanced shields. I don't see why not. Our energy credits are fine. I'm not really in a rush to get that tech. So what does it cost though? So we definitely will need. We have plenty of exotic gases. We're good. Let's go for the shields. Yeah, definitely go for the shields. And Okay. And we got some more food. We'll go ahead and that. Reinforce that. You know what? We'll just take the spy off of them. During an ongoing operation. Okay, but that operation's been going for 20 years. Come on, man. Really, dude? Wow, I don't understand any of that crap. What? Okay, I was about to say. So, espionage. Can we cancel this operation? We'll just abort it. Yeah, they're being dumb. We'll just do that. We'll abort it. You know what? We can steal technology. Why not? But actually, no. I was going to. You know what? I'll just take it off of them.
Danger inbound.
The espionage sucks ass. It really does. I don't see any fleets approaching yet. Okay. Did I destroy them? It looks like I did. Okay. Yeah, their war exhaustion's going up pretty high. Alright, it's time to retake Los Angeles. Let's see. I do want to... Oh, I don't want to move that fleet yet.
Danger inbound.
So they're going to doomstack here, I'm pretty sure. Or they're going to try. I think really, let's see here. But I might just have superior ships. But I think for certain, I definitely want to reinforce these fleets for sure, and definitely gonna buy more food. Okay, and we'll just reinforce this fleet as well.
Predatory sheltering.
I think I'll take this and see what they do. If they advance, then maybe I'll back off, and I'll bring fleets back around to. So I'm just gonna kind of. So that's their. I think this is their big Federation fleet right here. Yeah, this is their cheater fleet. I'm gonna call it their cheater fleet because that's what it is. It's a cheating fleet because it's totally imbalanced and not fair at all, and shouldn't be in the game. So it's basically cheating. That's what they're doing. Because I mean, it's 2334. You look at all the other fleets and look at their fleet. It's way bigger by comparison. How is that balanced? You know, they shouldn't be able to make a fleet that big if they can't. Like, basic, okay. All right, to those people out there, I got it. To those people out there that tell me to get good over this, let me ask you this. All right, if this was balanced, how come all their other fleets aren't that big? I rest my case. Mic drop. I will accept your get good comments about this if you can prove to me that it's balanced, that they can have a fleet this big, but nobody else can. You know, that's at their current level of power. And them themselves. Tell me how that's balanced. Prove to me that that's balanced. Okay? That that's not unfair. Okay? And then tell me to get good. Okay, because it really, get good isn't even relevant here. This is just imbalanced, period, no matter how you look at it. A fleet, their level of technology, they should not be able to have a fleet that big when nobody else on the board can make fleets that big on average. Okay? Especially empires that aren't in a federation. Okay? You know, most games in Stellaris go on a linear progression. All right? And just because I'm not doing a gimmick or an exploit does not make me a bad player, right? I'm not saying I'm the best player. Obviously, yeah, I still got a lot to learn. But let's get real here, man. This is not a skill issue. This is a programming issue. Okay, this is a balance issue. All right? When you've got a fleet that's 3 times bigger or more than the biggest fleet that any other empire on the board can offer, simply because of the origin that they picked, and the luck of the draw or the unluck of the draw, and it's in every single game, that I don't think that's right. I don't agree with that. Okay, so if you're gonna say I'm bad because all their fleets are 17,000. Okay, that to me is fair. If they're that advanced and they got ahead of me that quickly, but no, the only reason they have this fleet, the only reason they have this unbeatable fleet that, you know, is because of their origin and nothing else. It's because of an exploit. It's not because of my skill. Does that make sense to anybody, or are you still just going to tell me get good? I mean, you could do that if you want to troll. That's fine. I'm just trying to be honest here. I mean, I'll continue to just ignore those comments. That's great. That's fine. But like, you know, I tend not to pay attention to people that are unreasonable, but I just wanted to address that crowd briefly. I think it's a very small minority, but like, yeah, I mean, and honestly, and again, look, I'm not speaking from a bruised ego and pride here. I just know that there's a lot of other players besides me out there that look at this and go, this is bullshit too. Okay, I'm not a top 5%er, okay? But I don't think you should need to be a top 5%er to play this game. Not at all. Or to even play it well. Like, even I dare say Admiral. Maybe Grand Admiral, yeah, you might need to have some exceptional skill. You know, that does make sense. Or to do 25 times Crisis like, you know, you see some of the bigger YouTubers doing. Okay, fair enough. But this is not, like I said, it would be one thing if all of these fleets were 17,000 and they could do that for every single fleet. Then yes, they got ahead of me in skill, for sure. That is a skill issue. I should be up there with them, or at least competing with them, or ahead of them, for sure. But I can't do anything about something that was handed to them without them having to work for it at all, which is my issue with this. They did not have to work to get this at all. In fact, because they're the AI, they just automatically throw fleets over time into this automatically, you know, without any effort. So by the time it gets to year 2334, which is what this is, they've got a fleet that's multiple times the size of what any other fleet on the board is. How is that fair? That didn't require any work whatsoever. So, or any skill. You know, in fact, I have been able myself to do something similar to this as well. It's just I don't really want to take a can't beat 'em, join 'em approach to that. I think they should just change this because it's stupid. Is there anybody here that disagrees with me? If you have a legitimate, and yeah, here's the other thing. If you have a legitimate comment, a legitimate point to make to me that maybe I don't want to hear, but you feel is correct and is constructive, and something I may not have considered that is reasonable, and isn't just get good, man. I'm all for it, man. I'm all open to it. But yeah, I'm basically my eyes pretty much glaze over when I see the comment of, oh, get good, man. What, you don't have 100,000 fleet power before year 2300? No, man, I don't. I'm sorry, I'm not a machine. Okay? I I'm not a Grandmaster champion, man. I'm not Grandmaster, PvP champion or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with guys that fit that class. I'm not ripping on them at all. I respect those guys. Great. You have great skill, man. But, that doesn't mean that I'm a bad player because of an imbalance. So, like I said, if there is something you genuinely feel I am not seeing here, and you gently or constructively want to bring it to my attention, something I may have missed here about this, I'm all ears. But from where I'm standing, this 17,000 fleet number is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit that they can have this. It's not fair no matter how I look at it. And there really is no easy solution to this. Now, I might be able to overpower this here. This actually isn't by far the worst I've seen. Okay? I've seen these fleets get as big as like 100,000, 200,000 when I only had like 20,000 fleet power. It was ridiculous, man. I basically just quit. In fact, there were a couple games where I actually tried to stick it out. I tried to see if I could outmaneuver them or whatever, but at the end of the day, man, the second they started moving towards my capital, I felt that there was no point to continue. Because there was nothing I could do to stop them from taking my capital. And taking my, systematically taking all my best planets, my megastructures, all that stuff. Which you got to protect that with your life, right? Especially if you're playing a Total War Empire, which I think at the time I was, and many times I have been. So Wonderwaff, and I'll get into this again. I don't know if you see these numbers here, but you may notice that one of these numbers is not like the others, in that it is almost 4 times bigger, at least 2 to 3 times bigger than the highest numbers on the rest of this list. On the average, the average fleet number, okay? So what really sours this patch drop for me, and really, chips away at the success of this patch and this expansion and my enjoyment of it, which there are parts that I am absolutely thoroughly enjoying, but when I see this, and I see Paradox not even lifting a finger to address this, it really gets under my skin. It really does. It's like, you don't see that that's unbalanced. Okay? Yeah, maybe not for the 5%ers that can beat Grand Admiral in 20 minutes, that can do 25 times Crisis with their blindfolded, with their eyes closed. Okay, yeah, sure, those people aren't going to have a problem with this. But I'm talking about your average player. I'm talking about your average guy getting on here after work, just wanting to play some Stellaris instead of shooting shit in Call of Duty. All right? Not that we should gear everything towards that group, but let's face it, that's the majority of players. Okay? And I, in some ways, I'm no different either. I'm not the best player in the world. Okay? I have never beaten a game on Grand Admiral, but you know what? That doesn't mean I'm a terrible player. It just means I'm not a competitive player. And I'm not a professional player. Okay? Those guys are on a whole other level than most of us. Okay? And I respect them. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing wrong against those players. In fact, I don't have anything wrong against the YouTubers that qualify for that. There's YouTubers right now, we know who they are, that do some pretty crazy shit, that I look at that and part of me is jealous and envious that I can't do that. Of course, I'll swallow my pride and admit that, but you know what? At the end of the day, I definitely do know a little bit about this game, and I do know that this right here is not a me issue. This is, see, because like I said, again, it'd be one thing if it was a me issue, all these fleets would be 17,000. But because they got lucky and picked the right origin, which is a broken fucking origin that they should not be starting with. Hedge money is absolutely terribly broken because of this. And they definitely should not be able to build Federation fleets. I know they're doing this. I know this is happening. The evidence is there. Building a Federation fleet with the pooled resources of 3 different AIs from the beginning into the same fleet from the very start before I even start pumping out ships. That is not a skill issue, man. That is an imbalance issue. That's just plain and simple, no matter how you shake it. That is always unfair, no matter how you look at it. No matter what your skill level is. Now, if you're a grandmaster, if you're a fucking superhuman Superman Stellaris player, yeah, that's not even gonna register to you. But that doesn't change the fact that it is going to be more difficult to you than, say, a normal game or a normal fleet that you would normally face at your difficulty. Okay? So this right here, and this is, I'm going to hit it home and I'm done with this. This is a game ruiner. Okay? This has ruined so many of my games lately where I have just walked away. You know what? I don't want to deal with this shit. I've got better games to play. So, Paradox, this right here is a microcosm of why I don't have 10,000 hours. I would love to play your game 24/7. There are a lot of things in here that make me want to do that, but this is one of those things that makes me go, I can't fucking do that. You know? And, I mean, this shouldn't even exist. It really shouldn't. Let's get real. This is not fair at all. This should not exist. Okay? I'm not saying it needs to be easy. Absolutely not. But if I'm going to lose to an AI, it should be because that AI beats me in skill, not because they have a privilege, which is what this is. You know? I'm all for federations. I think federations is a great idea, but here's the other thing, Paradox. You've made me hate federations by not balancing this out. You've made me not want to play with federations ever again. And the other thing that really makes this bad, and there's no excuse for it, Paradox, if they're listening, is that you can't turn this off in the settings. I can turn I can turn Fallen Empires off. I can make the Crisis considerably easier. I can, turn off Raiding Empires or Marauder Empires, I think it's what they call. I can turn off advanced AI starts, but you won't let me turn off Federation starts. How does that make sense? So this is the stuff that's being neglected, which is the reason why I cannot give the new update my thumbs up. Because none of this is getting addressed. Again, like I said, I told you guys, I think I should just repeat, come out with a How to Save Stellaris in 2025. Or in 4.0. I'm going to say in 4.0. I'll just say what I said again. Maybe from a different angle, of course. With some new content and some new issues. But man, this has got to be fixed. There is no excuse for it. It's like in this other game I played called 7 Days to Die. The game's, some of you that played that game know what I'm talking about. This game's been out for 13 years. In early access for 13 years. And they keep adding content to it. But there are bugs in there that they have not fixed for almost 10 years. That they could easily fix. Example, and I'll point this out. There is a bug in 7 Days to Die. As far as I know, it's still there right now. And I checked the last update. It's still there. Much to my fury. Much to my rage. At discovering it. Where if you hit E accidentally on your buddy's bike or their vehicle, whether it's their motorcycle or their truck, it will eat one of your repair kits without your consent. Just because you had an ADD moment and accidentally hit E. I have a very hard time believing that that's intended. Because I tell you, that could kill you. In the beginning of the game, that could be the difference of between life and death. If you don't, obviously, anybody who's played 7 Days to Die can tell you, there are situations where if they were on their last repair kit and they could not find another one, or they didn't have any, and their tool broke, and they couldn't do anything about it, and then they died. Or they lost a lot. They took a big L. You know, especially if they're like paying permadeath or something, you can't use your weapon. That's really bad. You know, you either got to get lucky and find another repair kit, but you know what I'm saying? For much of the game, you really need to conserve your repair kits, and you do not want to just waste them. Okay? So, but I know that's a different game, but that's the example I'm using. I see the same shit here. There is stuff that they could have worked on, that Paradox could have easily worked on, taken hell. I mean, I'm not a developer. Look, I'm not a developer, and I haven't worked for a big studio. But I have a very hard time believing that some of these issues couldn't be solved with just a few lines of code placed in the right place. Anybody who knows how to code, please correct me if I'm totally off base here. I'm not saying every issue has a fix that simple. Of course not. But I mean, I have done a small amount of programming myself, not necessarily code like C+ or any of that shit, but like scripting. Like I have gone through XML scripts. I do have experience with that, and you know, putting in commands or editing, you know, English scripts, not C+ or anything like that, any of that complicated stuff, but like, you know, just the basic XML documents that have settings in them that where you type it in, and if you type one letter wrong, the whole thing fucks up. Right? And there were times where I had to just reset the whole thing or reinstall the whole thing because I got one thing wrong and had to do it over. So that's what I'm talking about. You can't tell me, like, especially something as simple as eating your repair kit when you press E on a mini bike. You cannot tell me that's not an easy fix. But year after year, they haven't done it. And they never said anything about it. So I'm sorry about the rant, guys, but see, this is what prevents me from enjoying my games in Stellaris lately. I'm telling you this right here. It really is the number one thing right now. I mean, yeah, warfare is warfare obviously, but see, this is a part of warfare technically. Okay, the fact that federations are allowed to do this, one, and the fact that they can start doing it from the beginning of the game, two. It'd be one thing if they could start doing this midway through the game. But that's not the case. They literally, as far as I know, and I've tested it, I have observed it, they are able to do this from day one. They are able to build this fleet and work on building this fleet with the combined strength of 3 AI empires from day one, and they will. And they will always be ahead of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Especially at this level, where the AI gets massive resource bonuses. How is this fair? You know. So I think I've beaten the dead horse long enough, guys. And I could tell by and I'm going to assume by the silence and the lack of anybody saying anything against what I'm saying, that I'm probably mostly on point here. There's not a lot to argue with here. You know, even if you are clearly good enough skill-wise to overcome what the issue I'm having, you can't deny that this is not a skill issue. That this is simply an imbalance that needs to be corrected. It's simply not, and you got to admit that this would give less experienced players than you a real hard time, even experienced players, but maybe not as skilled or as mechanically inclined as you are. Like, yo, let's face it, I don't have the highest APM in the world. I don't. You know what APM is, right? But yeah, like I'm saying, at the very least, Paradox, let us turn it off. Let me turn off Federation starts. Please, I'm begging you. You know, so you don't want to get rid of it. You want people to play with Federations. I get that. But this is not the way to go about it. You got to give people the option to play the way they want to play. And that's what really irks me here. Because all of this bitching I just did here, this could all be solved with a simple click of a button on the map settings. And I would never bitch about it again if I could just turn this off. You know? I mean, I might still say something about it here and there, but see, the reason I'm bitching about this right now, guys, is because I can't turn this off. I am forced to play with this. And I don't want to. So you know what? I'm going to get off here after this because I'm already worked up. I'm going to take a break. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. Thanks for sticking around this long. Thanks for sticking through my rant, by the way. Love you guys. But I'm going to quit now because of this. I'm not going to stop this playthrough. I'm going to keep going. I'll go the next time. I'll stream again. And I think I'm going to keep streaming this run with you guys and keep this party going until it's over. Either until I lose or, either until I lose or I win. And if that fleet breaks my back, so be it. And I'll have it on footage to present and put on my channel and say, hey, this is the number one issue right now in Stellaris. I think I will. I'm gonna, So, Wonderwaffen, if you're new to my channel, I gotta let you know, man. Anybody else is new too. I don't have a schedule. I have no idea when I'll stream next. It depends on my energy level. It depends on my mood. It really depends on my mood, my energy level, and my willingness, and what else I've got going on or any other obligations. So I'm I have a full life, right, outside of gaming. So that's the first factor. Now I don't have a traditional job, but I do go out and touch grass. I work out. I lift. I really, what really irks me, guys? Not to go into another rant, but I actually wanted to ask you guys about this. How many of you guys out there, and I want you to leave a comment if you can't give me a chance, if you don't have a chance to chat with me, respond in chat here. How many of you would like to see me come out with a brutal video, brutally debunking and brutally coming at, within the limits of terms of service, right? Brutally coming at these people online right now that bash video games and judge us guys or anyone for playing video games and choosing video games as their lifestyle. Because I tell you what, guys, as you can see, I play a lot of video games, okay? It's a huge part of my life. Honestly, it's one of the reasons I'm alive. And those people would judge me over that. I tell them they can go fuck themselves. Because I'll tell you, I'd be dead in jail right now if it weren't for video games. 100%. 100%. If I didn't have this outlet, man. Now, I have other ways to take care of my mental and emotional health now. But let me tell you, if I didn't have video games to play, I would have done far worse. I would have found something far worse to cope. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it on this channel, but you know what's out there, what I could have chosen instead of video games to be quote-unquote addicted to or to use to cope, so to speak. I'm not even going to talk about addiction here. All right? So I think for that simple fact, I think video games is saving lives right now. It's kind of like, how in Japan, yeah, like it's kind of like in Japan, where there's a certain crime that I can't talk about on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about. There's a certain crime on YouTube that I can't talk about without being demonetized. That in Japan is extremely low. Yet they are one of the spiciest nations on the planet. Spicy, if you know what I mean. Okay, they are the most spicy deviant nations. They do some pretty raunchy stuff. We'll just put it that way, right? And they have some kinks, right? I guess I could say that. I hope that doesn't screw me over saying that. But yeah, Japan is known for its kinks, yet they have the lowest percentage of that issue, right? And which I'm not going to talk about. All right? Why is that? It's the same reason why video games do not cause violence. There is no correlation. There's no evidence to this day, direct evidence that statistically video games cause people to be violent because of the fact that it gives those people an outlet, a legal, safe way to express that primal instinct. Okay? Yeah, so let me tell to all these people, but yeah, I'm now this, okay, hey guys, the Stellaris gameplay portion of this stream is over. So yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said this earlier. For those of you that are just here for gameplay, you can off click now. I'll just, I want to take care of you guys, and thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So if you want to off click now, I'm done playing the game right now. I'm just talking now. But I want to know from you guys before I leave here, give me a comment or whatever. How many of you guys would like to see me draw my sword, proverbially, and go toe to toe with these bastards? I hate to use names, but really, that's how. I mean, I think it's very arrogant, people who make those claims and those statements. What do you think? I especially with what I've experienced personally, all right, in my life, and I haven't even gotten to the fact that I play hours and hours of video games every day. Yet I am able to quote unquote touch grass. I am able to work out. I have healthy, happy, loving relationships, loving in a platonic way, okay? I don't currently date. Honestly, guys, I really don't have time. And you guys know I'm about to go to America. Why the hell would I get into a relationship right now? Yeah, I mean, now, is it mentally healthy to just play video games and do nothing else? No, of course not. Just like it's not healthy to just sit in your room and drink all day and do nothing else. Or sit in your room and smoke weed all day and do nothing else. I hope I didn't get demonetized for saying that. Right? Or any other behavior like hoarding or anything else that if you do too much of it, it will hurt you. Yes. Video games is no different, but so is everything else. If I eat too many pickles, I'm probably going to get some negative consequences from that. Okay? So, really, the whole point is mute. It's not the video games. You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? Why are we coping in the first place? Why don't we have a civilization or a society, or not to get political here? Why are things organized in such a way to where people can't even pursue their dreams? And this is kind of where I go off the deep end here, away from the gaming part. And I know this is I know this channel is centered on gaming. And I did promise you guys and did give you my word that this was going to focus on gaming, but I think the two kind of do mix together here. Okay. Now, again, I don't want to get into I don't want to get into politics here. All right. Let's not go into reasons of why that is, because I don't want to do that on this channel. But no matter what, okay, video games is a symptom. It is not the root cause of the problem. All right. And so, that much is clear, no matter what side of the fence you're on. Okay. And so, of course I have my opinions, but I can't share them. I'm not going to. All right. But I definitely, if nothing else, at the very least, these people that say that you're not a man if you play video games, you're a little kid or a child you play video games. Okay, you know what my comment to that is? I've actually literally made this comment. I don't know if any of you saw it. I said, "Oh, okay, so yeah, I went outside. I went to war in a foreign country and with a loaded weapon. But I guess I'm not a man, for my country. But I guess I'm not a man because I play video games." Yeah. I mean, doesn't that shoot that argument right the fuck down? Not to mention that alone proves that there's plenty of guys that play video games that probably have better lives than those people do. But play a lot of video games. And the other thing too, you got to consider here on this issue is video games are a way for people to connect with their families and the people that they love. I am no exception. I'm in the Philippines. Everyone I love deeply, that I've grown up with and stuff, they're still over in the US. There aren't many ways to hang out with them and to have fun times with them other than through talking over the phone or through video games over Discord and multiplayer. So yeah, I guess if that makes me a little kid, that makes me immature, then I guess I'm immature. But it's bullshit, So I guess I that was something that I wanted to get a consensus on here. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think I should come at those people? Do you think I should take them on, similar to how I did in the same spirit that I did How to Save Stellaris? Do you think I should do that, or do you think I should just drop it? I mean, part of me wants to drop it. I mean, because I could get into trouble over it. But man, I feel so strongly about this, and I'm sure some of you out there do too. These people need to be, they need to be put in check. They need to get called out. They do. I am so sick of seeing it. It's like, you know what, man? Who the fuck are you? It's like, it's funny, and I bet some of these guys are also the same guys that fly around toy airplanes in the sky, out in a field somewhere, or have a glorified RC car, Yeah, I mean, yeah. So anyway, that's kind of one of the non-gaming videos I thought about doing. Another one I'm thinking about doing, guys, that kind of isn't so much gaming related, is a while back I did my my rant about YouTube content. Some of you might have actually been brave enough to watch that 2-hour mess, but like, I actually really thought about putting that into shorts, and not like just throwing it all out at once, right? I just piecemeal one at a time. Every once in a while, you'll get a short from me that was ripped from that 2-hour rant. And the problem, the other thing I really want to feel like I should speak out against and give voice to is like this basically fraudulent scam that's been pervading YouTube culture for a while, where these scammer YouTube help companies and just YouTube help advice in general, mainstream YouTube channel success advice. Most of it's bullshit, man. I can count on one hand the times that any of those tips have ever helped me get where I am now. And I have tried most of them. So, I mean, I did a 2-hour rant on this, but I think really I should I thought about maybe doing it much more professional, making a script, giving good visuals, or at least a good script, good voice, organized, structured, and then, kind of either put into parts or made into a much shorter version of what it is, just laying out the facts and the key points, cutting the bullshit, that kind of, how I do with my main edited videos, putting in that format maybe, and just kind of putting it out there. But anyway, those are some thoughts, guys, other than Stellaris. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Thanks for letting me blow off a little bit of steam there. But yeah, and I'm basically done. I'm not going to talk about it anymore after this. We'll go ahead, but we will pick this up. I'm not done with this. I just it's been three and a half hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and do something else now. I got some friends that are probably coming on soon anyway. I'm gonna go hang out with them. Some other things that I could do as well that you tend to. But yeah, man, I guess my message of the day here on what I just talked about is don't let anyone tell you that you're immature or that you're inferior to them, or talk to you on some kind of like moral high ground or ivory tower or white stallion that about your choice to play video games as what you decide to do with your time. It's utter bullshit, and they're wrong. It might be my opinion, but really, I can spit all kinds of facts all day long about why that's wrong. I mean, there are millions of guys out there. Well, okay. So one more thing. So one more point I'd like to make on that, for anyone who's on the fence or disagrees with me. So there are guys out there right now. Hell, there are Navy SEALs. They go home from their day, and guys in trades and that bust their butt 12 hours a day, keeping society running, and they come home and they play Call of Duty. You cannot tell me that those guys are immature. Absolutely not. 100% absolutely not. When those guys are keeping the electricity on, they're taking out the garbage, they're keeping our garbage from backing up, and they're allowing our cities to function. I don't see how that makes how they could be immature. So I'll just leave it with that. Anyway, you guys have a great night. I hope I didn't get in trouble tonight with what I said these past 20 minutes. But it was something that was on my mind. And again, I do. Obviously, if you like my stuff, you know what to do. I can't tell you anything no other YouTuber has told you over and over again. There's a join button. It exists. If you press it and give me $5, you can see my whole backlog. And, we could get a community going and have some cool fun, like, live, exclusive live streams for that group and whatnot. And I promised the first, I said the first 10 members, I will get, but and really, I hear your comment, but I want to finish what I said here. But and really most of what I care about right now is just getting the community going. And if you guys want me to make more tiers and whatnot, we can discuss that when we get to it. But like I said, I have to be careful what I say on this channel, of course, but sometimes I just cannot help myself. I really, there's some things, and that's kind of why I haven't really made that video yet or talked about the YouTube help content too much, because I'm aware of that if I upset the wrong people, I could, they could do all kinds of stupid shit, and it's not right, And that's kind of why they're able to get away with it for so long, I think, because they do those dastardly tactics that we know about, such as false copyright flagging, things like that. Other various ways of censoring people that speak out against them unjustly, right? When they didn't really violate terms of service, but they just use they use the tools in a and they're just bad actors, right? They're just bad actors, and they can't, they know they're wrong basically, but they are, for whatever selfish reason, they want to silence people that are finding out about their wrongness. So, and that's life. That's the way things are. Maybe hopefully someday that might change, or there might be more protections in place to ensure that doesn't happen anymore. I look forward to that day, but unfortunately it still does happen. YouTubers out there still do that. So that is, so you are right. That is something that has kind of stayed my hand about really banking hard on already making lots of content about those issues, because it really does get under my skin, guys. It really does. You guys don't even know how much damage I did in my career to myself through trying some of the tips that were presented to me over the years from these snake oil salesmen, which is really what they are, I think. But not going to name names. But yeah, I mean, any of you guys that are either starting a channel, have a small channel like I do, probably have ran into what I'm talking about, where you might have even paid for a subscription to one of these services that's supposed to quote unquote help you get viral or whatever, and you got nothing to show for it. If you're in that boat, I'm here to assure you it is not because you're just bad or that you're just not good enough. It has nothing to do with that, man. It's all smoke and mirrors. It just does not work. Let me tell you what works, guys. When it comes to the help channel, and I'll try to wrap this up here. Really, what I found, what's responsible for the success I do have on my channel, it is time, effort, and relentless uploading and not quitting. You know, if basically the principle is this, some people say it's luck. Let me tell you about luck. It is technically true that luck is required, but that RNG is required. However, if you keep rolling the dice over and over again, you are going to get a 6 at some point. Or if you keep rolling a 20-sided dice, you're going to get a 20 at some point. Now, how many times it takes to roll that dice to get that 20, that isn't up to me. But if I keep rolling the dice, and I keep pumping out videos, and I keep improving, and I keep putting effort into it, and I put the time in, I'm never going to go viral overnight. Just get that out of your head. If you follow that formula, you will find success. How much isn't up to you. It's not up to me or anybody else. Okay? And I'm not saying that people don't go viral, but you cannot build your channel around doing that. It's just, you know what? It's kind of like those people that win big off of doing slot machines at a casino. Okay, yes, those people exist, and yes, that is a thing, but let me tell you, the odds of becoming one of those people, of doing that, is so abysmally low. It's actually probably even less of a chance of you going viral. You probably have a better chance of going viral than landing a job like that. Or being able to pull that off, where you are actually making your living off of pulling that lever. You know, I just want to pull that. Okay, I'm done preaching, guys. I'm swear to God, I'm gonna wrap this up. But I want to tell you guys about the membership. You know, leave comments, especially about the stuff I said earlier. You know, and like I said, I run off your feedback. You guys keep me honest. Please continue to do so, and I really appreciate it. I like the concurrent viewers. You know, I hope this continues. I really like it, and you know, your guys' time, watch time, and view keeps me going, and you know, definitely keeps me going and motivates me to continue my work. Absolutely, and you know, obviously, at some point, you know, now that we do have some concurrent viewers, obviously, you know, the super chat and super thanks is there. It does exist. Am I going to pressure you to do it? No. I mean, you know, it's there. And if you do it, great. I really appreciate it. But obviously, it's not required. You know, I'm not going to beg about it. But I do need to. I need to do my due diligence and let you know that's there, right? So, I mean, if you think I deserve it too, see, I don't even want anybody's money if I don't deserve it. If I did a bad job, then man, I should get a bad rating, right? I mean, that's what I believe. So, if you think I did my work well, you know, knock yourself out. That I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support and investment in the channel, whatever you decide to do, whether it's monetary or otherwise. Anyway, with that, guys, thank you. Yeah, and I'm going to do, you know, I'm liking what's going on so far. So I think at the very least, I am going to finish this playthrough and finish this party that we're having right now. And that's kind of just taking it a day at a time. And, you know, and I'm going to be hopefully coming out with shorts soon and expanding my backlog soon for those of you that are members. Thank you for being patient with me. By the way, you members that are still members, I want to thank you out of the bottom of my heart, man. I really thought you guys were going to be gone. I really did. I thought I thought that whole time, that whole month I was gone, I thought you guys were going to be gone. I really did. I thought I was going to lose every single one of you. And rightfully so. I wasn't consistent, and I didn't have any backlog, and I didn't really have a lot of communication. I just went dark. So I just want to thank you for your understanding and really just having some compassion for me. I really appreciate it. Anyway, with that, guys, have a good night or a good day wherever you are. Take care.